would like to find out how to do this lovely look right here on this lovely lady, just stay tuned. We're going to show you tips and tricks on how to work with the hooded eye shape, as well as just all of the tips and tricks I have in my brain. We're gonna dive in. Let's go. We're going to start off with, as any eye look, we are going to add some eyeshadow primer so that all of the shadow stays where it should be and does not transfer anywhere. Alright, so next step we are going to take the shade Chantilly from the Lorac Pro 4. We are going to take that all into the crease and up to the brows. When you do a transition shade, you want it to kind of come up to here. And when you have hooded eyes, you want to see where that is. So this is a clean brush. Go ahead and look down just a little bit. So you want it to be here, so try to open. So when she opens, this is where the eyeshadow will come up to. And we're going to mix Brulee with a little bit of warm ginger. And I'm just going to use this as her transition shade. And see, when she opens, you can see that soft transition. You want to be able to see the warm coming out, because a lot of this, like from here down, you aren't going to be able to see. Next, I'm going to take the shade Cognac on this fluffy brush, and I'm just going to take that a little bit onto the lid, but mainly trying to just get it in the crease. So now I'm going to go in to the Lorac Pro 2 palette, mixing it up here, and we're going to take the shade Beige, and I'm going to tighten her lid. And I'm just going to apply this shade. I did douse this brush in some setting spray so that it gets really metallic. Okay, and then when Mel opens her eyes, you can see that bright shade, and it just kind of lightens up her eyes and creates more space. We're just gonna blend, make sure there's no harsh lines. I would say skip liner if you can. If you need it to feel confident, go for it. However, I believe that this enhances the eye look the most because you can see her lid. If you were to add liner, you would just see black. So you might as well do a smoky eye, which is very pretty on this eye shape. We've definitely done smoky eyes before. I'm just going to fill in where Mel's natural brows are, and then we'll create the shape. Okay, so now I'm going to start applying the face primer. Alright, so now we are going to apply the foundation. I have mixed up her special concoction here. Now I'm going to take a damp beauty sponge and I'm just going to start pouncing that into the skin. Start applying some foundation under the eye. I don't always use concealer unless it's absolutely necessary. Mel doesn't really have any extreme under eye circles. So while she's looking up, I'm just going to smooth out any creasing. I'm going to take some powder and we're going to go under her eyes. And now anywhere on the forehead, I'm just gonna add this in. I have the added benefit of like actually knowing what Mel's face does after it has makeup on it for a little while. so I know where she needs extra powder. Alright, so now we're going to go in with some contour, and this is just going to give a dimension to the face. Some people have really defined like cheekbones and others do not, so this can help you enhance, but also by adding color to your face, it doesn't just completely wash you out. Like right now her face might look a little flat because it's just all white. So now we're going to add some color back in. We're going to find her cheekbone at the highest point and roll down, and also right here where that ear is, that is where we're going to just take some cream contour. Now we're going to define the jawline, so I'm just going to start right underneath it and drag, and then we're just going to buff that in. And you want to bring it down. You never want to bring it up, because that is the area that we want to look like it's in the light versus this is where we want the shadow. We're going to take some just up into the hairline, and this is just going to help add more dimension. And then you can take your beauty blender and go over the edges to help blend. Then we added just a little bit to the nose just to give that color back there. It's not necessarily to slim down the nose, but just to bring color there. Next we're going to go in with a blush, and this is Lilium by Stila. It's very versatile. I use it almost every tutorial. And we're just going to put this cream blush on her cheeks. We're going to bounce the butt. I'm going to have Mel smile, and we're just going to lightly tap that into the skin. So next we're going to take loose setting powder, and we are going to pat that into the entire face. You do not want to sweep this across because it will drag all of the creams and liquids you may have used. And yes, we are going over the blush and the contour. That also will help give it more of a natural, realistic feel. Next we're going to go into powder contour, and we're actually going to use this just to bronze. I'm going to use the two shades right here, and I'm going to mix them on this fluffy brush. Alright, so now I'm going to take that fluffy brush and very loosely just brush this anywhere that we contoured, just to warm up the face. And now I'm going to take this Tarte blush in the shade Captivating, and we are just going to lightly flick this on the cheeks as she smiles. I'm going to hold the brush at the very end. And then just to keep adding warmth into the face, I'm going to take that blush, look this way, and I'm just going to add that on top of the bronzer just a little bit. Very lightly. Very, very lightly. Add it on the nose here. Because she's just being herself, I get to use the Fun Highlighter from Kiko. While Mel is chilling here smiling, I'm just going to hit the high points. And again, if there was a lamp over her face, you'd want to hit all of the places that the light would hit. So cheekbones, tip of the nose, a little bit on the forehead. I don't like to go too crazy, especially because we know Mel's forehead tends to get a little oily, so we don't need to help it.
Even worse.
Yep. We're gonna add a little bit on the chin, and then we're gonna take a smaller brush and take it on the Cupid's bow. Next I'm gonna take the shade Pecan mixed with Warm Ginger, just like I did in the transition, and we are gonna do this under her eyes. Okay, so this is just eyelashes if you want to do them. I think they enhance every eye look, so it's not necessarily just for this one, but I love Mel and big fluffy lashes.
And it also gives that effect that, like, because I have the hooded eye a bit, and don't really do the eyeliner to not make it just look completely black, it still gives that illusion of having a little bit of liner on.
So I did mostly the color Naked with just a little bit of Scandalous. Alright, so there with the nude lip and the nice classic warm smoky eye. A lot of people do refer to this as a smoky eye, but in the makeup world it's actually called a classic eye when you have light shades on your lid and then darker shades in the crease. A smoky eye is when the dark shade is on your lid and then it ombres up into lighter shades towards the brows.
Sorry, what color are you using?
Pecan.
Pecan.
Pecan. Oh, that's the wrong color.
Well, no longer pecan.
Get off of my brush! Dang it!
All the colors.
I think I'm definitely gonna start making pecan shirts for next year's FTF.
Great. Fabulous. Can't wait.
If you would like those, let me know. I could also do mugs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Help me.
Mugs, bumper stickers, everything.
This is when we... Oh! This is when we come on.
We've only been waiting for that to happen all live for a while.
You gotta go to the other side.
Okay.
I need my space.
Personal space.
That's right.
I need my bubble, thanks.
Yep. I know, I have everyone in my bubble this weekend.
True that.
I like zooming in while people are talking. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. That's all I got. You do it.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Wow, you must nap a lot. We do a lot of these this weekend.
Right?
Power to you. I wish I was doing it.
You guys had the opportunity.
Yeah, but I wanted to go to the store.
It's not my fault. I napped. But when do I never, like, not choose to
Right,
nap?
That's true.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom out.
Since a very young age, I was very much a carrot eater. To the point when I was very young, I actually turned orange from eating them.
Wow,
That's amazing.
Urban
But
legend that your parents told you.
No, they had photo evidence of that.